First, I want to say today that I am privileged to speak from the seat of the majority leader. Because, Mr. Speaker, even when I sat on the seat, it is very warm, Mr. Speaker, unlike mine, which was very cold, Mr. Speaker. I didn't know the seats of Parliament have different warmth, Mr. Speaker. But, Mr. Speaker, I don't foresee myself leaving this seat anytime soon. I don't see myself leaving this one anytime.
As far as ODM is concerned, ODM will field a candidate in 2027. And when that time comes, then we'll wait to see. Unless what they're trying to refer is that the president is going to be joining ODM. Maybe that's what they're referring.
Ladies and gentlemen, today there was a showdown in the National Assembly between the Azimio coalition party members and the Kenya Kwanza coalition members on to the issue of who should be the majority leader in the National Assembly, whether Ichung'wah, who is on Kenya Kwanza side, or Junet Mohammed, who has been the minority leader from Azimio side. And when Wetangula stood to address this issue, he took it back to members to debate on that ruling, and thereafter he is going to make his own ruling. But I want to speak about the political aspect of that ruling that was made by the court, that Azimio was at the majority as per the 2022 general election outcome in the National Assembly, and Speaker Wetangula did not abide by the law. And as a human being, he would have made some mistake by ruling that Kenya Kwanza was the majority. You know how MPs were manipulated immediately after the election and before the start of this, I think, is it 11th parliament or which parliament? But the current parliament at this term, before it started, the Kenya Kwanza did some 1, 2, 3. And let's take, for example, listen to what Junet Mohammed said today.
Mr. Speaker, this ruling cannot be taken jokingly, Mr. Speaker. When I went through it last evening, Mr. Speaker, these judges are raising very serious fundamental issues. They are raising issues relating to violation of the Constitution, Mr. Speaker. And you remember we impeached someone here because he violated the Constitution, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, if this matter is not addressed, we are going to have a constitutional crisis in this country, Mr. Speaker. So for that reason, Mr. Speaker, jurisdictions all over the world and democracies all over the world that we borrowed from, even this presidential system that we are running today that is running in this country, Mr. Speaker. In the United States, there are times when the executive is from the Republican Party and the House is ruled by the Democratic Party, and life goes on. It doesn't matter that we are going to oppose everything that the government wants to do. If government brings here bills and policies that are of benefit to the country, we will support it, Mr. Speaker. And as you know now, many things have gone under the bridge. There is this animal called also broad-based, Mr. Speaker. We want to broaden, deepen, and tighten this relationship, Mr. Speaker. If I may borrow your words, we want to broaden it, deepen it, and tighten it, Mr. Speaker, so that we can have a country that is cohesive, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, there is no way we are going to have this animal in place, and then when we want to become the majority, people look at us with suspicious eyes. How can it be, Mr. Speaker? Members of Parliament are members of Parliament. They work under the Article 95 of the Constitution, which has given them the roles of oversight, legislation, and representation, Mr. Speaker. We are not going to do our business outside Article 95, Mr. Speaker. So I want to allay fears here that the majority in the House must be from the ruling party. That this ruling is giving us posterity. This is doing things for posterity, Mr. Speaker. Next election or the other election in 2032, a government might come in place where the president garners the majority votes and is elected as the president, but he will not have numbers in parliament. His numbers might be few in parliament and he becomes a minority. So this is now the trend we are setting, that parliament is independent, judiciary is independent, executive is independent. We have no problem with the executive to do their work, and we know the President of the Republic of Kenya as of today is Honorable William Samoei Ruto, Mr. Speaker. There is no doubt about that. So there should be no ambiguity and doubt that the majority leader in the National Assembly is Honorable Junet Mohammed, the Member of Parliament for Sunai, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker. And I am going to serve the country diligently, Mr. Speaker, without any fear and favor, Mr. Speaker. I am a seasoned politician. I am serving my third term in Parliament, Mr. Speaker. I know how Parliament operates. I know how Parliament does its work, and I understand how bills are done in this Parliament, Mr. Speaker. I have gained enough experience. So this mindset, Mr. Speaker, this mindset that the ruling party must have majority in Parliament for them to do the executive work of the country, Mr. Speaker, that mindset must be gotten rid of, Mr. Speaker.
So Junet Mohammed today went and occupied the seat of the majority leader alongside Kimani Ichung'wah, and therefore there was some mix-up in that parliament, and a sitting arrangement was not orderly as we are used to, that one side belonged to majority and another side belonged to minority. Today there was mix-up of members. So on to this thing, politically speaking, that ruling has got some impact on Kenyan politics. And some of the things I want to touch are whether William Ruto will vie on UDA ticket, because Kenya Kwanza might not be there. Another coalition might come. And even if they will form another coalition, will Ruto remain in UDM? And the reason why I'm asking this question, there is this statement that ODM Deputy Party Leader Abdulsamar Sharif Nasir said when he was asked some question about the ongoing wrangles within ODM and the future of Orange and any cooperation between ODM and UDM, and whether ODM will have a candidate in 2027. And on this issue, he said ODM will have a candidate in 2027. Listen to what he said. Now, if what Abdulsamar Nasir is saying is anything to go by, then I think this ruling has some political impact on it. It was politically instigated. Let's say, for example, if, for example, now ODM, which is the largest party in Azimio, takes the leadership position of the House on the majority side, and what Abdulsamar is saying is anything true, that Ruto will join ODM, then I feel like this thing was scripted so that Ruto to start working with ODM, and ODM to start familiarizing themselves with the transacting government businesses into the House. So run up to 2027, Ruto will be working with ODM, and ODM will be working with William Ruto as its leader. If Raila Odinga succeeds in AUC, Anyang' Nyong'o has been the caretaker leader of that party. The current deputy party leaders, all except Osotsi, the two, Simba and Abdul Swamar, are first-term governors, which leaves us with no question whether they will vie or not. They are going to defend their gubernatorial seats for the second term. Osotsi has announced that he's going to defend his Vihiga senatorial seat. Wanga, who is the chairperson of the party, is also a first-term governor, which means that she will or might defend her seat of Homa Bay governor. She has not said that she is going to, she's not an aspirant to say so. So it means the top leadership of the party currently, none of them has announced that they are going to vie. Anyang' Nyong'o, who is now serving his last term as the governor of Kisumu, have also not shown any interest into the top seat. Whether he will be Ruto's running mate or running mate will come from another coalition, that is some subject for another day. So if Ruto will come to ODM, then it means this ruling that Junet to resume the seat of majority is something that has Ruto's blessings. Number two, Kimani Ichung'wah is from Mount Kenya. And currently the relationship between William Ruto and Mount Kenya is not good at all. And therefore, William Ruto will not hesitate to try and to shed off all Mount Kenya leaders who are occupying senior positions on his side. And this could be a very easy way of doing away with Kimani Ichung'wah and shifting the trust and loyalty to Junet Mohammed, because Junet Mohammed is Raila's right-hand man, and Junet Mohammed's loyalty to Raila Odinga is not questionable. It's 100%, just like the pet dog to its master. Lastly, will UDA survive beyond 2027? I don't think so. If at all William Ruto will realize that UDA has remained a shell of what it was, and he will want to rebrand UDA, then the only way to do it is also to drop the leadership, the current leadership, including the leadership in the House, and the only way to do so is to create these dramas. So this ruling is political. This ruling has some political effect on it, more so on to Kenya Kwanza and Azimio side. And the person at the center of all this is William Samoei Ruto. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for taking your time, and may God bless you. Do not forget to subscribe, like, share, and also drop your opinion on the comment section concerning this issue.